Night Dragon and the NYSE have partnered to showcase innovation around the cybersecurity ecosystem, including most recently from the state of Florida. I had the opportunity to speak with Jan Tai, a retired Vice Admiral for the U.S. Navy and a cybersecurity expert. She shared the latest trends she's seeing across the cybersecurity landscape. Check it out.
Probably the most exciting part of the changes in cybersecurity for me has to do with the defense's willingness and interest in organizing and defending as a pack. As you know, technology has enabled us to share information more quickly than ever. We can share indications of compromise. We can share adversaries, tools, techniques, and procedures. We can share our cyber defensive postures that are working. And I think the market is primed and willing to share more for a collective security success. And, clearly there's more to be done in the area of our supply chains and our vendors, where the cyber adversaries have turned to try to get into the larger enterprises. So there's opportunity there to get better as we go forward. But it's an exciting time for our companies to be leaning in to the defense.
And do you think the need for cybersecurity has gotten greater with the rise of AI?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The adversaries are certainly taking advantage of automation and AI. They can use it to identify vulnerabilities in corporate networks. They can use it to create wicked, evil spear phishing emails to try to get into a network. And they can use it to automate the kill chain process, as they try to deliver malware into enterprise networks. And so certainly the advantages to the offense initially, but there's huge opportunity for the defense to also and equally use AI and automation to get after real-time detection of anomalous information, to identify our own vulnerabilities and patch them. And so, I see it, eventually the cyber war game on a real-time basis will be AI versus AI. And we need to make sure that our AI is better tuned and trained and monitored than the adversaries.
And Admiral, given your background at the intersection of defense, intelligence, and cyber, where do you see the greatest opportunities for convergence between military expertise and private sector innovation?
Actually, there's an aspect of conducting warfare that involves wargaming, our execution for beginning to wargame deliberate plans that we created. In military conflict, we don't know where the conflict is going to be. We don't know exactly what's going to start it. But in practicing execution of those plans, we have the opportunity to develop muscle memory around operators and decision makers on the types of things that have to be addressed during a conflict, and so that we can execute a future war. And I think military brings that type of discipline into corporations, and exercising crisis action plans for companies, be it because of a cyber event or a natural disaster or even a geopolitical crisis of some sort, is something that the military can bring to help companies get better and better and think through their crisis action plans.
All right, and you've served on the boards of major organizations like NYSE-listed Goldman Sachs and General Motors. How have you seen boardrooms evolve in their understanding and their prioritization of cybersecurity risk?
Well, I think clearly when I joined the boards that I'm on right now, there was nobody else who had previously had operational cyber experience. And so just by adding me to the board, those boards were tacitly, committing to a greater cybersecurity risk focus. And so over time, over the last 6-7 years that I've been on those boards, I've seen their sophistication, only increase. They have created committees that focus significantly on cybersecurity risk. We have brought in experts from the intelligence community and the military and other places to talk to the full board about cybersecurity. And the management teams have created metrics that help the board understand cyber risk that we have at any given moment, so that we can sort of track our progress all along the journey.
All right, and you chose to make Florida your home. What drew you there, and do you feel that it is a strong environment for tech and cyber innovation?
I sure do. To be honest, I was coming home. I entered the military from South Florida, and I came home after 38 years. But all that being said, Florida has a rich cyber community here in terms of companies, in terms of educational resources, in terms of innovation. The state has invested in an organization called Cyber Florida, which addresses all kinds of needs throughout the state, especially educational needs. They have initiatives around the K through 12 education. They have initiatives around educating public sector employees on the cyber risks and how to deal with them. They have ranges available for those employees, and they also have this great ability to support other universities. They are at the University of South Florida, but they support other universities in developing curriculum and sharing research in the cyber field. So it's a great place to break into the cyber community, and I'm happy to be part of it.
And what advice would you give to emerging tech and cyber leaders in Florida?
I think that the most important thing is hone your craft, know your business, be bold in your outreach to the communities and the sectors that you're trying to break into, and use the resources across Florida, be they symposia or conferences, to really lean into the outreach in those various communities. We have expertise spread all across the state, and there's huge opportunities to find those connections.
Thanks, Jan Tai, retired U.S. Navy Vice Admiral, for that interview.